What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Ride and Dad channel video, or welcome if it's your first time. Either way, very glad to have you. Hopefully you can hear me over the fan. I know you can hear me, but hopefully it's like not completely bad audio. But anyway, you saw the thumbnail. I always say that, you saw the thumbnail. I gotta get away from saying that. Obviously you saw the thumbnail. It just sounds weird, but like it's always just something that I think about. Heard the bug zapper, shooting along over there. Anyway, front and rear crash guards from Santoro Fabworx. Roll the intro, we'll start it going.
Riding down a YouTube channel, it's the riding down a YouTube channel, it's the riding down a YouTube channel, it's the riding down a feeling you found.
All right, so when you order these, there are a couple different options you can go with. I obviously ordered the front and rear, and I debated on making a two-part video, one just for the front, one for the rear, but honestly, I think most people who are getting these are doing front and rear at the, and by rear I mean like the bag guards. I think most people are doing both at the same time anyway. It's just so easy and it makes sense it makes sense to do it. Also, something to note, I went with the Santoros. I was between the Santoros and the Harley. And the main reason I went with the Santoros was because they are thicker. They are a considerable amount more money, about 100, I think, if memory serves me correct, 100, maybe 150 per set, you know, being 100, 150 more for the rear, and then another 100, 150 more for the front. Then the Harley ones, they look almost identical. I mean, all of them pretty much share the same characteristics, but the bolts for the Delrin sliders are a bigger diameter. They're a thicker bolt, and then also the bars themselves are a tad thicker than the stock Harleys, which is, it's just nice to have that extra beefiness. These bikes, although they don't feel that heavy because Harley did an actual good job with these bikes this year, they are heavy. I mean, it's almost 1,000 pounds once you have everything loaded in there and it's in full, running order with your crap. If you're taking a weekend trip or even just riding along for a decent amount, whatever. But it's a lot of weight. So thicker ones better. They are. When you order them, there's different options you can get for the sliders. I just went with the cheapest one because I'm not 100% sure on what color scheme, if any, I want to do with this bike besides all black. Currently, I'm with all black to what's the word I'm looking for? To complement the Purple Abyss. However, that may change. Also, side note, you hear I sound like crap. It's because I'm sick. It's been a while, thankfully, but thanks to somebody in my house that brought it home, and I'll give you a hint, it's not me and it's not my kids, it's the only other person I live with, and it's an adult and it's a female, but she brought whatever this, thankfully minor-ish sickness home was, and when you live with someone, it's almost impossible to escape it, unfortunately. Thankfully, the kids are good. It's also bad allergies season, which just compounds and makes it bad, or even worse for me with Florida. Anyway, we got to put these on. So what you're going to see, this is this side. Camera will get most of it. Yeah. What you'll see, I mean, obviously it comes with bolts. These bolts are going to be 7/32, and the nut it uses for the bottom side is going to be 9/16. So you will have to go ahead and remove this bolt at some point, which is also 9/16 for the stock bag support brackets. We are going to cut these, so that is something to note. If you don't want to cut, you can't get these and most other aftermarket parts, but it's not that hard. And also, you can buy other ones. I think the STs come with them. I'm not sure, but there are, after Santoro literally lists the part number from the HD website in their catalog when you're browsing for these. So if you do want to not have to chop them, you can buy them. It's not really an issue. I got several different cutting tools from DeWalt. And I personally am gonna try the jigsaw today. I bought some speed metal bits, 21 teeth per inch. I don't know, we're gonna try it. If not, I got a reciprocating saw. I have a little 2-inch circular saw, like kind of cutoff wheel thing. So we got some different options. I'm gonna try this one because I think it's gonna be the simplest option, and I got a vacuum to kind of clear the dust. Something to note also, and you'll see me do it, but you are gonna wanna I just do in cardboard because the stock exhaust is going anyway, so even if I do wind up hitting on an accident, I'm not too worried about it, but you're gonna wanna put something down just to guard, because when you do puncture that stock support bracket all the way, through with whatever you're cutting it with, you want to make sure you don't just start marring up the exhaust, because it's just, if you're going to sell it or keep it or whatever. Anyway, do this. Also, I got this, I think it's actually a pipe tool. I'll post a link from Amazon, but just to kind of clean up the edges before we slip this over it. So, move you guys closer and we'll start. Should be pretty easy. The bolt and nut that we're going to use down here does not require Loctite because it's a nylon locking nut. However, the bolt up here, which is the shorter of the two that come in the setup, definitely use thread locker, and it's going to be blue. And yes, I'm sure there are foot-pound torque specs for this, but it's the Ride and Dad channel. We don't care about those. All right, once you got the bag guards on and you got the side covers and the bags back on, time to put the actual sliders. In my case, the Delrin sliders. Like I said, we did not upgrade to any of the upgradable options as of right now. So just gonna go and unscrew these with a 3/8. All right, there's gonna be two different lengths for these sliders. All right, the taller one and the shorter one. The taller one's gonna go up top, shorter one's gonna go on the bottom. So drop the bolts on through and put some Loctite on there. All right, now it's time to move on to the front, and first things first, we got to take this little plastic shroud off and the stock. I guess they consider it engine guard. I do not. It's too small, and I don't know. I don't know. It's better than nothing, but definitely going to be an improvement for this this part that we're putting on. So got to remove the stock one, take that plastic shroud out. The rest is pretty self-explanatory. It comes with some bolts that you got to put in. You're not reusing the stock bolts in the Santoro Fabworx kit for the front at all new ones. So let's put it on. All right, so the back guards and the front engine guard completely installed. I'm holding this because it's hot and I don't want to put it back in the shirt. And it's been a long install because I've been taking breaks, go back in the house to kind of cool off because the hotter I get, the worse my nose situation gets. But whatever, yeah. So honestly, first impressions as far as like just an install goes, I don't love the hardware they're provided. The hardware for the sliders are great. It's grade 8. It's real beefy hardware. It's perfect. The hardware that holds the bars, both the front and the back to the bike, I don't like the button head Allen bolts. In my experience, they strip way easier than any other type of bolt. I would have preferred a Torx 40 or a 45, like the stock 45 that you took off for the front. I like those. I have never really had any issues with those, especially in the 40-45 minimum, size. I don't know. I would have preferred almost any other type of bolt except that button head. It's just, you can even see when on the video, like when I tighten it down, the socket doesn't even want to come out of it. It's just like stuck and you have to wiggle it. It's already starting to kind of deform the face of that bolt. But anyway, the bars themselves are super nice. The stock, $0 upgrade Delrin sliders that comes with it don't look great. I will say the bunking ones, I think in my opinion, look better stock, but the Santoro has 2 different upgrade options that look killer. Like I said, I just didn't want to commit to any color yet because I don't know if I'm going to do black or if I'm going to go with a purple accent on top of purple paint. I really haven't decided yet. Also, comment down below what you think would look good. Also, throwing around gold. Gold on this purple I think would look good. Also, those are my kind of 2 things that I'm 50-50 on. I just feel like gold has done so much, and I don't know, I'm worried that purple on purple would be too much. It just, part of me just feels like black accents, stuff like that, like it just is a waste because I feel like you could do so many other colors and doing black is just almost boring, even though on a bike like this would look good. I don't know. Comment down below what you think. But anyway, yeah. I will be getting the Cadillac wheels unless I decide to go with like the purple accents for the Chachos or whatever they call them, I think. But yeah, so it doesn't look bad at all. It just, you definitely worth spending the extra money on the upgrade. You'll see a video sometime soon on that. But yeah, they're there. I'm not going to down the bike because I don't want to. There's tons of videos of people downing the bikes on the Santoro crash bar setup and bag guard setup. But yeah, so we're all done for this video. Thank you guys for watching. TikTok, Instagram, links for my playlists for all my current and past bikes. There has been a lot of past bikes. Link for this product, linked for coupon code, affiliate link. Tucker Speed always hooks us up. Thanks to Tucker Speed, as always, for supporting the Riding Dad channel. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Talk to me on Instagram. Comment on the video, like it, subscribe, turn on post notifications, all that. I really would appreciate it. Thank you guys very much for watching, and until the next time, ride safe, have fun. Dad out.